What's up, you beautiful Redditors? Hope you're having a fantastic Tuesday. Welcome to the RNEWS morning show. And let's just jump into it. From r/politics poll, 58% of Biden voters say vote is more against Trump than for Biden. There is no one I could like more than I hate Trump. Early on in our relationship, before we got to the L word, my girlfriend and I had this cute, stupid game we would play, where we'd say that we liked each other more than we hated things. Like, I like you more than I hate when two people walk slowly on a sidewalk so you can't get past them. Or, I like you more than I hate the sound of children screaming. A few years later, we were sitting on the couch, watching the news talk about Trump putting children in concentration camps, and I said to her, I love you, but I don't love you more than I hate Trump. We've been together 5 years. How is my doing? Which is why most of us would vote for a maggot-infested pile of crap over voting for Trump. Yeah, I get it. I'm voting for Biden too. Even if my dream candidate was on the ballot, I'm not sure I would be able to tell whether my vote would be more for them or more against Trump. This exactly what I was thinking. Even though I do actually support Biden, I still dislike Trump more. Yup, I'm in that category. We got plain white toast with no butter for a candidate, but it's better than being served a pile of crap and be told it's an omelette. Voting is more like taking out the trash than getting a home makeover. Like it freaking matters. Just vote. You're watching the Reddit news show. From r/news. Worried voters are buying stamps and merch to fund the USPS. I get why people are so adamant to fund the USPS. But if the goal of the newly installed postmaster is to severely slow the mail ahead of the election to delay ballots, then no amount of money will stop that. There is nothing stopping him from using that money to further sabotage the USPS. His excuse will go from, "We are running out of money," to, "Thanks for funding us. But we need a long-term plan. It will never be enough." The GOP has been actively trying to frick with the USPS for a while now. They forced it to fund pensions for the next 75 years. Forced it to serve rural communities even if it's not economical to do so, and prohibited it from expanding into other businesses, such as postal banking. I don't think taking a loss on rural mail is a bad thing. Mail should be accessible to everyone. It's a basic service like fire departments or electricity. The USPS doesn't need funding. It needs a government that isn't actively trying to destroy it. But does USPS have an OnlyFans we can sub to? You're watching the Reddit news show. From r/politics. Bernie Sanders defends Biden-Harris ticket from progressive criticism. Trump must be defeated. Sanders pushed back against former members of his own campaign who are saying they are not enthusiastic about supporting the Biden-Harris ticket. I would say the overwhelming majority of progressives understand that it is absolutely imperative that Donald Trump be defeated, Sanders said Sunday morning. I would say the overwhelming majority of progressives understand that it is absolutely imperative that Donald Trump be defeated. Give Trump 4 more years and any sort of progressive progress made after Trump leaves office will be tossed out by the courts. Do progressives not realize this, or are they living in a fantasy world where they believe the GOP will come to their senses and embrace progressivism? Way to be. Yeah, it's tough, but we need more people like you. Hey now, I'll both vote Biden and not like it. Kinda like an angry upvote. May I say, an angry vote. That's what's up. I'll take slow progress over fast destruction. I love Bernie and sure would prefer him. Maybe even Warren over Biden. But Trump truly is a unique case. He must go. My vote is going to Biden. I'm not smiling about it, but I'm voting. You're watching the Reddit news show. From r/news. USPS announces temporary price increase. Removing mail sorting machines. Eliminating overtime. Increasing prices. Removing mailboxes. How wouldn't the post office succeed with that plan? It's like popping your tires because it costs too much to put air in them. They aren't trying to succeed. The postmaster is trying to destroy them. While he owns large ownership stakes in competitors of USPS. www.snopes.com, abcnews.go.com, www.bloomberg.com. John Oliver's take on USPS. www.youtube.com. Best quote. That large waterbird fricks. DeJoy is an expert job killer. Trump said he's sabotaging it. You think a guy who gave hundreds of thousands of dollars to Trump's campaign is going to disobey? Not a freaking chance. Edit. Thanks for the awards. Just obvious and clear draining of the swamp here, boys. Nothing to see. Just remember, the president is personally meddling in the state's elections on a national level. It doesn't matter what his arguments are. They are distractions from the actual crimes he is committing. I will happily go buy stamps. I don't even need to keep them operating smoothly for the upcoming election. That won't stop the USPS from removing sorting machines that have already been paid for. Trump's chief of staff pledged they wouldn't remove any more sorting machines, and we all know no one in the administration would ever just go on Sunday news shows and lie. You're watching the Reddit news show. From r/news. 8 years after proving racism affected his trial, North Carolina inmate taken off death row. He's taken off death row, not free from prison. Well, it's racism that affected the trial, not racism that got him arrested. If he did happen to commit a crime, then he should get the appropriate sentence. What crime did he commit? Genuinely asking. Edit. I just got to reading the comments, and I wanted to thank all of you for responding. Jesus. I hope that the man gets some sort of help and reformation. I'm not saying he should walk free, but he should be given an opportunity to be productive. He was convicted of first-degree murder. Both the gun and the spent shell were recovered by the police. Other evidence tended to show, 2 days prior to the murder, that Robinson told Williams' aunt that he was going to burn him a whitey. On the morning of the murder, Robinson obtained the shotgun from a friend, who heard Robinson tell Williams that he wanted to rob a quick stop or do a white boy. After the murder, Robinson told a friend that he had robbed a guy the night before and shot him in the head. Oh, but racism affected the trial. Yes, what you quoted doesn't necessarily have anything to do with trial procedures. A judge and jury should be completely unbiased. A person should get a fair trial no matter the crime they are being charged with, even if the person being charged is racist. You're watching the Reddit news show. From r/World News. Vladimir Putin has offered to send military assistance to support Belarus President Alexander Lukashenko as up to 200,000 protesters gather to demand his removal. Military assistance from a neighboring nation to deal with civilians of their own country. The same civilians you are supposed to protect with your own army against other nations' armies. Wow, this is why you don't go authoritarian, because you're going to make silly history like this. Putin's. If Putin sends in the Russian military, they aren't leaving. Edit grammar. This is ours now. It was always ours. The others were just squatting. We're just claiming back our territory. That just sounds like an annexation with extra steps. Hey, we are not part of Belarus anymore but Russia. Let's protest against our new president and demand his removal instead. Quote. Well, this can't possibly backfire for Lukashenko, can it? It won't. He will remain a pseudo leader but still cash in on everything. Why do these governments never support the population, just other governments? They're not incentivized to U2.BCGP gray rules for rulers. And that's where we're going to end today's show. But if you like what you saw, leave a like, and if you want to see more of the RNews show, hit that subscribe button. As always, this has been the RNews show and I'll see you tomorrow.